Hello, everyone. In this episode, we'll see an application of what we can do for a finance application using this LLM capability. And here's an interesting data, the consumer financial complaints um, analysis. The CFPB reports these documents of the complaints, and LLM can read through them and analyze the company's risks. Okay. So here you go, CFPB. They maintain a public database of consumer complaints against financial companies, and we can basically do text analysis of and to figure out various aspects of that company complaint, the severity of it. So you have to read it and understand how severe that complaint is and the root causes. And so these are kind of things that you need to understand the meaning of it, isn't it? It's not just counting words and all this. You basically, the LLM can understand these contexts so and make a meaningful classification for you. Generate the regulator risk report, for example, isn't it? So the data source is here, CFPB. It's a very large file. Again, I downloaded it, but um, and then put it on my Google Drive, but it was a little bit a larger file. Okay, it contains like millions of complaints since 2011. Okay. So set up the Google Colab, give an OpenAI key, and then import the libraries. And we need some JSON stripper helper function to read it. And here is the complaints data. So the full CSV database has very large, so the tutorial will just use a manageable size of it and play with that. So, and there are five product categories that the key: credit card or prepaid card, mortgage, checking or savings account, debt collection, and student loan. So we'll just take 200 complaints per product out of 1,000 and have an example of how to look at it. So load the data set and here, so we can see how the whole profile looks like. It's a fairly large data set. And then we sample it. Um, Here, 200, okay. We sample it and truncate the narratives to 1,500 characters, which is here. We strip it and have something like this. So the keyword-based analysis. So we have unauthorized charges, billing error, and we have some of the keywords here before the LLM. So we just do this traditional way of counting these keywords. Um, and here we can see some results. So keyword themes by product, and you can see credit card, I guess, debt collection has high credit report errors, for example, but you can see the distribution of counting. So this is sort of like a traditional way of doing some kind of this text analysis. Now, actually, what we can do is use the LLM and we can do more meaningful understanding of the draft. So, severity, root cause, assess the regulatory. So you need to read and understand. So it traditionally takes a human being to read it and do it. Now we can ask the LLM to basically have sort of these kind of things done. Um, and we run that. It takes a while, but um, and then have the narrative of this done. And the part that I like is usually visualization. So you can have it in a picture, how the average complaint severity looks by product, the root cause, like poor servicing is kind of very high. Um, yeah, you can do this. And keyword baseline versus LLM comparison. Um, like you can do what where I guess LLM, the understanding the context would be really strong. Um, so company level analysis, you can look at some companies and then classify about their calls and these kind of things. And you can visualize them also by the company of these complaints. Over time, how does it look like? Wow, in recent years, it has been going up. Um, and you can write a report about the regulator risk also. So you can see that the LLM can meaningfully parse text documents and um, make an assessment of the risk here based on the consumer complaints, which were verbal documents. Thank you for watching this episode.